Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Power to Overcome Empowerment segment. I am Kmetris, Empowerment Consultant Coach and Abuse Advocate. And today we briefly want to talk about the signs and the effects of childhood neglect. Childhood neglect falls in four different categories: physical neglect, medical neglect, educational neglect, and emotional neglect. So what is physical neglect? Physical neglect, such as failing to supply food, clothing, shelter, and the lack of supervision and inappropriate supervision. Medical neglect, failing to provide medical treatment, such as regular checkups, doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, or even mental health checkups. Educational neglect, failing to provide the child with the proper educational needs at home and also neglecting to enroll the child into school to get the proper education needed. Emotional neglect, the failure to meet a child's emotional needs and provide psychosocial support, or permitting the child to use alcohol or other abuses. And also this means that the child isn't getting any type of affection at home. There is no type of love or hugs or kisses or even I love yous going on in the home. So signs of child neglect. Neglect can really be difficult to spot. Having one of the signs doesn't necessarily mean that a child is being neglected at home. But if you notice multiple signs that last for a while, they may show that there's a serious problem. So how do you know if you have experienced neglect growing up or if a child around you is experiencing neglect? Poor appearance, hygiene, smelly or dirty clothing, health and development problems, poor language or social skills, regular illnesses or infections and untreated injuries, housing and family issues such as witnessing domestic violence in the home, being left at home alone for long periods of time, not living in suitable situations or suitable environments, such as the child isn't provided with running water, or there's no heat in the home, or there's no lights in the home, that sort of thing. So the effects of child neglect is this. According to studies and research, as a result of child neglect, many children experience problems with brain development, taking risks like running away from home, using drugs and alcohol, or breaking the law, getting into dangerous relationships, difficulty with relationships later in life, including with their own children. And so this may be going on if this is you and you've gone through childhood neglect, this may be something that you're dealing with in your relationships. You're having difficulties in your relationships, or maybe coming up, you were taking risks, you were breaking the law. Or you dealt with some type of brain development issues. They also have a higher chance of having mental health problems, including depression. And so this is according to research and studies. Many have become products of their environment because they did not experience a healthy childhood that displays love, compassion, empathy, concern, or care, thereby cannot properly display it in their lives growing up into their teenager and adult years. And so if we've ever been neglected as a child, it's going to be hard for us to display care and concern and empathy for others. And so we must know these effects that may be within ourselves in order to overcome them. And so remember, we said applied knowledge is power, and we cannot overcome what we will not face. And so if this is you or anyone else you know, these are some of the signs that you may see. So granted, some parents did all they knew to do because maybe that's all they knew. Maybe that's how they grew up and they only knew that way of living. And sometimes, like I said, we normalize things and so it's normal to us. But however, childhood neglect is not normal. Not normal. So we need to change this narrative and educate ourselves and bring awareness to the fact that abuse is not normal. And so if you suspect child abuse in a child, please call 1-800-4A-CHILD, 1-800-422 4453. And that is it for today. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye. Hi, I am Kmetris, empowerment consultant, coach, and abuse advocate. Did you know that there is a hidden epidemic of child abuse and neglect in the U.S.? Every year, more than 3 million reports of child abuse are made in the United States, losing on average between 4 and 7 children every day. It is a widespread war against our children that we have the power to bring to an end. To do this, we must first increase awareness of the issue itself. In my book, The Power to Overcome, I bring awareness to childhood abuse, the effects of it in teenagers and adults, and guidance on how to overcome it. If you have ever experienced any form of childhood abuse, whether neglect, physical abuse, sexual abuse, exploitation, or emotional abuse, this is the book for you. This book will guide you through the process of identifying your abuse to rediscovering your true identity through choosing to exercise the power within you to heal. So go and get your copy today on Amazon.com. And remember, you have the power to choose to overcome. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel at I Am Kmetris.